Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today is finally the reveal and the review on the little Amigurimi kit for the turtles, the Turtle Crochet Easy Yarn, no splitting. Now I will tell you there was a little bit of splitting, but it wasn't too bad. I only made one of them and then I used that same pattern with a different yarn and made some changes to it. So I'll go over that as well. And let's get to it. So I did use one of the hooks that they give you in. You get two of them. I don't know why you get two of them, but you get two 3.5 millimeter hooks. They're both the same. I don't know if that'll come up or not, but there we go. It's focusing now. You get 6 little stitch markers. They have 2 green, 2 pink, and 2 blue because those are the colors that you can make for the turtles. Now, I did make the green one, which was the big guy. Now, you'll see that I didn't do all of it on him because I really didn't like the brown. Oh, wait, let me get the book out. The book is over here. Should have been a little bit more organized, but so the one that I did was Kiwi, I think. Is that his name? Called him the big green turtle there. Yeah, Kiwi, the big green turtle. So I did not do the brown part on his shell, and I could not get the safety eyes to work for me, so he has no eyes. Just how it's going to be. And if I really do like this pattern and kind of tweak it to my liking more, then I will probably maybe, don't quote me on this, don't save it, don't hold your breath. Maybe I'll do something down the road where I show you how I actually did the crochet, how I crocheted it up. I don't want to say tutorial. It could be a tutorial, but I would have to make it my own tutorial. So this is Kiwi. Like I said, he doesn't have eyes. If I let go of his head, it droops because I need to actually go back in with the green, what I have left, and stitch him up to the shell to keep his head on straight. Now, they had me do slip stitches instead of a continuous round for the shell, and I did not like how that looked. You can see right here, there's a definite, this is where it all connect, the slip stitches were at. And it just didn't look right. I mean, it's not that I hate this because I'm glad I, learned how to do it. But the spacing of the front legs and the back legs were kind of, if you see, you don't see a turtle with their front legs so close to their head. See how close that is? So I'm probably going to, like I said, tweak it a little bit. Maybe I won't attach the front feet or the back legs until after I finish the bottom. Now I can see here I didn't get that tight enough to keep that from showing the fluff, but I don't see anywhere else where the fluff is coming out. Now again, first time doing a turtle. This was my first amigurumi, the Woobles Narwhal Bajorn. I didn't think I did too bad with him either. This one you did do in continuous rounds. So, I took my learning experience from this, and I grabbed some other yarn that I've had from Michael's before I left Texas and went to Virginia in 2022. Yes, 2022. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see what it would look like if you didn't change the color from, except for the head and the fins to a different color. You kept the shell all one color. You didn't add the brown on the edging. And then, of course, I figured out that you really need to secure the head to the base of the shell. So, this is my redo. Now, he is kind of maybe overstuffed, but the head isn't so floppy. I did fix that. It could be up a little bit more, but at least I got it to where it wasn't completely going down all the way. I showed my husband this morning, and he says, I don't really like how the fins are really close to the head, and I really don't like that either. So what I might do is try to figure out, like, how many stitches I should go from the start in. So this part right here, where you attach the fins, the front and back legs, is on your first round when you're closing up the bottom part of the shell. You do have minimal sewing with this, and I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm just trying to figure out how to space these better out, because this one here is supposed to be like your last two. You crochet it onto your last two stitches. This one here is, no, actually, this is the last two stitches. I'm sorry, these are the last two stitches. Because yeah. So this fin right here was the first one I put on. So I think maybe if I only do like 5 in, but again, it'll be a play, I'm going to have to see how I can get this, maybe use my fabric glue or something to keep him up there. But I do like that I don't have eyes on this one, because if I were to give this to somebody for like a baby shower with, a baby blanket or something like that, I know I can use black yarn to sew on eyes, but I'm not really good with knowing where to place eyes, if you can tell on this one. And I don't think that's going to ever change. So, that's this. Now, is it worth it to get this to where you can make 3 of these? And the other 2, the pink and the blue, are smaller. Now, let me go back here to the book, because it'll show me the picture of them. I did have to use the video to figure out how to put the legs on. Because you have to use certain points of the fin to go through to, like, single crochet it onto the bottom of the shell. The belly area is what they called it. Okay, so the little turtles are 4.5 inches by 4 inches by 2.5 inches. So these are really small. And let me go back here. The kiwi, Mr. Kiwi, the green guy, he's 5.75 inches by 5 inches by 2.75 inches. So you're losing more than an inch on the first part of the measuring. But I mean, they're cute. Those would be like those are the little ones. Now, I have not made them yet, but I'm sure you only go so many rounds for the shell and all that stuff. Yeah, you don't go as many rounds for that, for the shell, for that one. And I could always use that to yeah, it's pretty much the same setup as the big guy, only you're not making the shell as big. You're cutting it. You don't go as many increase rounds on the shell for the smaller one. But I like the bigger one. Bigger one's cute. I kind of overstuffed him a little bit because he doesn't lay completely flat, but that's okay. I mean, it does kind of give it some character and all that, but I don't know. I think I'm going to rate this like an 8 out of 10 for the kit. Again, the instructions are pretty good. Like I said, I did have to check the video online for adding the, because the way that the instructions are written, it's really weird. And the, last back leg, it says on here, to single crochet 7 times, but you actually have to go all the way back around to the other side to your last 2 stitches of that round to attach the final leg, the back leg. And it does not tell you that in here. It tells you different. So it's just it's confusing. So that's why I'm glad I did watch the video. And that's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I think for the price and for what you get, because you do get 2 hooks, you get 6 stitch markers, you get the book, the turtle crochet book, plus the basic book. Now, when I redid it with this yarn, this is Bernat Forever Fleece Finer. This was in the dinosaur color, but it's basically baby colors. It's the blues, the yellows, the pinks, the little bit of green. And then I had a solid yellow that I used, same yarn, same information that I used for the head and the legs. It is a easy pattern. It is very little sewing because you crochet your fins, your head. The only thing that you have to do with the head is to tighten it up a little bit to the base of the shell, like that. Let me move that there. So it's actually closer to the back of the shell. Now, you don't have to leave it. You don't have to, as long as it's not flopping too bad. Like this one's a lot sturdier than obviously this one. This one looks like he's about to lose his head. But again, learner. I'm a learner with amigurumi and learning different things and learning how to correct things. So on this one, I did the continuous round. I did not do any slip stitching. I made sure to use my stitch marker to mark my first stitch. And I made sure that if I made an error, I went back, redid it and everything. I also did the continuous round on the head because the head on this one, now this one is a lot more noticeable, I think, with the slip stitch. And I used this hook, which is like a boy hook. Let me do that. That's a tape. That's boy style, which is a tapered head. I prefer inline, but I might have to use tapered hooks when I do amigurumi because I used, what did I use? What hook did I use? I used a smaller hook, and I did use a smaller hook because this recommends using a 6mm hook, and I used a 5.5 or a 5. I can't even remember now. Is this the one I used? I used a 5 because I tested it like a lot of people say to do. So I went like this and made sure that it wasn't hanging over too much or disappearing to know that that would be the right size of a hook. So I did that, and I do believe I used this one here, the 5mm, because it's sitting over near this stuff here. And I showed my mother-in-law, and she says, well, maybe we can make one of these for her granddaughter when she has her baby, so it has a little toy. And I might just let her have this one, because it was my starter one. I love turtles. I'm in the turtle club. I love frogs too, but I think frogs are going to be a while before I even attempt any kind of frog. Most of the frogs that are amigurumi are basically round, and then they have the eyes up above it and that, but that's what I've seen so far, because I looked And I know that Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches did a frog amigurumi, tailoring a pattern I think that she bought. I can't remember, but I know that she's done a frog. But I really like my turtle. I don't know. I might have to keep him. I don't know. But yeah, so that is today's video, is my review on this. The stitch markers work just fine. I had no problem using these. I know that sometimes they can be pains in the butts to use when they give you these tinier ones. But even with using it on this yarn, which is considered a bulky 5, it didn't give me any problem whatsoever. And when I used this hook, I had no trouble with this hook going into the stitches on Kiwi, on him, on the one that's about to lose his head. He's so sad he's about to lose his head. He's a sad turtle. Whoops. But yeah. So if you're interested in checking this out, I will put a link in the description box below. So if you want to purchase it for somebody else that wants to learn amigurumi. I think this is a great pattern for that. You only need to know how to single crochet. These fins were worked in the round, and then you fold them in half to give them the thickness. I'm trying to find out if there's another way to do that though. But for now, that's just how it's going to be. And this is more or less a sea turtle because it's got flippers instead of actual legs too. So, but if you want to check it out, I don't know. I cannot remember if this company does any other ones. Let me just check real quick. Let me just check. All right, let me go here. All right, so I don't think... Well, they do have other stuff. No, they don't. Granny Squirrel Turtle Crochet Kit for Beginners. Go away. Let me check. I'm going to check their website to see what other, stuff that they have for crochet. They have a knitting kit for beginners. Okay, so they only have the turtle kit, and it's $12.99 for 3 turtle patterns, basically 3. You 2 turtle patterns, but there's enough yarn in there to make 3 different ones. One big one, because there's not enough of the dark green to make another one of these, but that's okay. A lot of places sell this style yarn. I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather use something like the Forever Fleece Finer, or trying it with like parfait style or blanket yarn to see how it comes out with that as well. And if I do that, I will show you guys what it looks like worked up in a bigger yarn. You're obviously going to get a bigger turtle, but how much bigger? I don't know. Because you can see, this is like a 4-weight yarn. That's a 5. He's not quite double the size, but he's sure close. So, again, an 8 out of 10. The yarn isn't bad. It did, like I said, it did split a little bit, but not enough to make me really mad. Now, when you see tomorrow's video, I will be getting that uploaded later today because I have to finish one of the items. I'm almost done with it, but I still have to put the finishing touch on it. I'm going to give a review on 2 different types of coasters that the Hill Folk company came out with for crochet. So that'll be out tomorrow. It should be out at normal time around 9 a.m. Central Time, depending on where you're at. That could be 10 a.m., that could be 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever. But yeah, let me know what you think. How did I do? Do you think this one's cute with the little yellow head and the baby shell? I think I'm going to call him Baby, just because he's made out of baby colors. I don't know. And this was kiwi. Again, I know I did not put the brown on the shell to give it an extra accent piece, but I didn't like that. I really didn't. So I will probably fix this guy's head so it stays up there in position better. Like I said, I realized in this one that I was supposed to do that, so this one will definitely get fixed soon. So, all right. Well, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content and haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm or cool, and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.